It seems like AI is popping up everywhere these days. But today we're diving into something truly revolutionary, using AI for drug discovery, specifically with the launch of this company, Isomorphic Labs.
Yeah, this is not just another tech company jumping on the AI bandwagon.
Yeah,
This is really a potential game changer in how we treat diseases.
definitely a moonshot kind of deal. And for our listeners out there who are always eager to understand what's coming next in science and tech, well, today we're going to cut through the hype and explain why Isomorphic Labs is such a big deal. We'll be pulling from this document. It's called SCR Taituano 2500401 isomorphiclabs.pdf, and it's got all the details about their launch and what's driving investment in this whole field,
Right. So to start, Isomorphic Labs is actually a spin out from Alphabet.
which is Google's parent company.
Exactly. So it's like they created this new independent company to laser focus on this one thing. And what they're tackling is huge, like trying to discover new drugs and new ways to treat diseases.
Yeah, and what really caught my eye right away was the amount of money they launched with. $600 million in funding. I mean, that's not just a vote of confidence. That's a whole lot of faith in what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just any money. We're talking major players here, like Thrive Capital and GV.
GV being Google Ventures,
Got
of
'em.
course. So, I mean, what does that kind of financial backing at this early stage tell us?
Well, I think it really signals a paradigm shift. Like they're not just building a new company, they're placing a bet on a future where drug discovery is exponentially faster and more efficient.
So it's not just about making incremental improvements. It's about totally changing the game.
Right. Their whole vision is really ambitious. They want to, quote, solve one of humanity's most pressing problems, that's discovering new drugs, and they're going to do it by using AI to understand the root causes of diseases at a molecular level.
So going right down to the building blocks of how diseases work, that's fascinating. And it's not just the money that's impressive. The team behind this is pretty stellar, too.
Absolutely. You've got Demis Hassabis, the co-founder and CEO, and he's also a co-founder of DeepMind.
Which, like you said earlier, is an AI powerhouse, so that connection alone brings a lot of credibility.
Tons. And then you got Daphne Collar as a co-founder who's a giant in the field of chemistry, and Tom Insel, who's a leading expert in neuroscience. So they've got AI expertise and serious biological know-how all in one place.
So it sounds like they're covering all the bases.
Yeah.
But how does the AI actually work? What's the core technology they're using?
Okay, imagine you're building this really complex Lego set with like millions of pieces.
I'm already lost.
Well, traditional drug discovery is kind of like trying to put that set together by just randomly trying different pieces. But with AI, they can build what are called predictive models of proteins and other molecules.
So it's like having the instructions for the Lego set.
Even better, it's like having the instructions and a computer simulation that shows you exactly how everything fits together at the molecular level. So they can pinpoint potential drug targets and even design drug candidates much faster and more efficiently than before.
So basically, they're cutting out a lot of the guesswork. And when you consider that traditionally drug discovery has been called, quote, a painstaking, decades-long, and often risky endeavor, well, the potential here is massive.
Like huge. I mean, for the pharmaceutical industry and for patients like you and me, this could really change things.
Yeah, definitely. And even though Isomorphic has this kind of unfair advantage with Alphabet's resources, it's important to remember this is a growing field.
Right. We've seen companies like Recursion Pharmaceuticals and In Citro pull in some serious investment too. So AI is transforming life sciences as a whole.
But Isomorphic's connection to Alphabet's cutting-edge research and their vast computational power, that's got to give them a big leg up, right?
Oh, for sure. And another thing that stood out to me, Hassabis said they won't need to raise capital for basic research.
That seems like a huge advantage. Most startups are constantly scrambling for funding.
Absolutely. They can just focus all their energy and resources on actually developing and testing potential drugs. It shows they're in it for the long haul.
So they're playing the long game here. They're not just looking for a quick win.
Exactly. Their goal is to build a full-stack drug discovery pipeline. So they want to be involved in every step of the process, from the initial idea for a drug target to potentially getting a treatment to patients.
So they're not just outsourcing parts of the process. They want to control the whole thing.
Exactly.
So to wrap this up, the launch of Isomorphic Labs with this $600 million investment, it's not just another headline. It really represents a major leap forward in using AI to change how we discover and develop new medicines.
And potentially at a much faster pace than we're used to.
Which is pretty exciting, but it also raises some big questions. I mean, as AI keeps making its way into scientific fields like this, what could that mean for other industries? What other problems that seem impossible to solve today might suddenly become solvable.
It's a massive shift that's just getting started. I think we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
And for our listeners out there, those are the questions to ponder. What seemingly impossible problems are you most excited to see solved?
It's an exciting time to be paying attention to AI and what it can do.
Absolutely. And that's a wrap for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.